The world watches with bated breath as two economic titans, China and the United States, lock horns in a trade war of unprecedented proportions. This economic conflict, characterized by tit-for-tat tariffs and escalating tensions, has sent ripples across the global economy. At the heart of the dispute lie long-standing grievances over trade imbalances, intellectual property rights, and China's economic practices. The Trump administration ignited this trade war in 2018, accusing China of unfair trade practices and intellectual property theft. The initial volleys of tariffs imposed by the U.S. targeted Chinese steel and aluminum, quickly escalating to encompass a wide range of goods. China responded in kind, levying tariffs on American products, sparking a chain reaction that has ensnared billions of dollars worth of goods. This trade war represents a fundamental shift in the global trading order, with far-reaching implications for both countries and the world at large. As the two superpowers dig in their heels, the global economy braces for the impact of a protracted trade conflict. The trade war between the US and China has been characterized by a dangerous game of tariff escalation, with each side seemingly determined to outdo the other. In 2025, the US ratcheted up tariffs on Chinese goods to a staggering 104%, a dramatic increase from the initial 10% imposed in 2018. This escalation, which saw tariffs jump to 50% before reaching their current level, underscores the Trump administration's aggressive stance on trade with China. Not to be outdone, China has retaliated with tariffs of its own, currently at 84% on US goods. This tit-for-tat exchange of tariffs has created a climate of uncertainty and volatility in the global marketplace. Businesses and consumers alike are grappling with the rising costs of goods caught in the crossfire. The impact of these tariffs is being felt across a wide range of industries, from agriculture to technology. As each side doubles down on its protectionist measures, the likelihood of a negotiated settlement seems to diminish. The longer this trade war drags on, the more entrenched both sides become in their positions, making it increasingly difficult to find a path back to a rules-based trading system. China has adopted a resolute stance in the face of US pressure, demonstrating a willingness to engage in a protracted war of attrition. Chinese leaders view the trade war as an attempt to contain their country's rise as a global economic power. They perceive US demands for concessions as an affront to their sovereignty and are determined to project an image of strength and resilience. China has responded to US tariffs with retaliatory measures of its own, targeting key American exports like soybeans and automobiles. Moreover, China has sought to diversify its trading partners, reducing its reliance on the US market. Beijing has also ramped up its efforts to promote domestic consumption as a way to offset the impact of declining exports to the US beyond economic measures. China has also engaged in a public relations campaign to bolster domestic support for its position in the trade war. State-controlled media outlets regularly highlight the resilience of the Chinese economy and the government's determination to protect its interests. This multi-pronged approach underscores China's resolve to weather the storm and emerge from the trade war in a position of strength. The trade war between China and the United States reverberates far beyond their borders, casting a long shadow over the global economy. The International Monetary Fund has warned that the trade war is a significant threat to global growth, potentially triggering a worldwide recession. Businesses around the world are grappling with disrupted supply chains, volatile commodity prices, and diminished consumer confidence. The trade war has also fueled geopolitical tensions, as countries are forced to choose sides or risk becoming collateral damage. The European Union, caught in the crossfire, has sought to maintain neutrality while also pursuing its own trade agenda. Developing countries, particularly those heavily reliant on exports to either China or the US, are facing economic hardship as the trade war disrupts global trade flows. The outcome of the trade war remains highly uncertain. While both sides have expressed a willingness to negotiate, reaching a comprehensive agreement that addresses the underlying issues remains elusive. The longer the trade war persists, the greater the risk of permanent damage to the global trading system. The world watches anxiously, hoping for a resolution that will restore stability and predictability to the global economy.